Welcome everybody to the Rack Smashcast Episode 2 featuring the one and only Juicy Plays. He is a Melee master, an FPS learner, creative man, writer, full-time content creator on YouTube and Twitch, digital artist, New Jersey native, and an all-around great dude. Juicy, what is up, my guy?
Wow, what an intro. What an introduction to little old me. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How's the coronavirus affecting you guys? Are you guys quarantined still?
Yeah, we are. We're all locked up right now.
Awesome.
I saw Lauren for the first time yesterday in like 2-3 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks?
It's been 2, but like the one that was 2 weeks ago, we saw each other for like an hour, and she wasn't allowed in my house, so we had to be in her car. It was whack.
Wow. Is it being enforced by the police, or is that just like a do-it-yourself kind of thing?
Both. Like
really?
You can get like I think it's like a $1,000 fine or something like that, maybe more.
God.
Yeah.
That's whack. So let's see. Let's get into the first question. So obviously we're playing Melee, and you're doing it pretty good. Seems like you've been doing it a long time. How did you get into Melee?
Ooh, okay. So it was my older cousin Julian, which is older than me by like half a year, and he had it, and I played it with my older sister, and his older sister, and we're all like a half a year apart, like each one. And so I was the youngest, and I loved it. And then I got a GameCube for Christmas, or my sister and I got a GameCube for Christmas, and Melee was one of the games that came with it. So I was really happy about that.
And how old were you whenever you like started playing?
3 or 4.
Wow. You've been playing a while. How about like competitively?
Like 2-3 years.
Okay. And you've been to Pound, right? Is there any other like big tournaments you've been to?
Pound, and the second biggest is Garden State Smashdown, a New Jersey. I don't even know what to call it. I don't know how often it happens, to be honest. I thought it was a monthly, but I think it might just be like yearly.
Oh, like an annual.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So obviously we both play Falco.
Yep.
I've read a little bit on your Twitch page about why you picked Falco, but I want like a more in-depth on why exactly you play this man with the yellow beak.
I got you, because I actually had 2 longer ones, like way
You had longer ones?
I got rid of both of them because they were just too much, and I needed to put more things into my bio, more important things. So pretty much how it happened was, well, my first main was actually Bowser, because I only knew of Mario and Bowser. But to be fair, I had never played any. Melee was the first game I ever touched, and so I just knew of them. So I played Bowser. He was my first main.
Right.
And then I was like, I like the color green, so I'm gonna play Link. And I started playing Link, and after a while, I think my cousin played Fox, and we had unlocked Falco together. And I was like, ooh, I want to play him. He looks cool. And so I just started playing him, and then I just really liked him more for his personality, actually. Because, back then I didn't know how to play that well. So I then, got Star Fox Assault on the GameCube, and I liked his personality a lot. So I was like, yeah, he's cool. I'm going to play him.
Okay.
But that's how I got into him. But it's not the reason why I play him now.
Okay.
So I got back into Melee when I was 16 with my best friend at the time. We had found it, and I was like, bro, you remember this? And he was like, yeah, we used to play it all the time. Because I stopped probably playing like right around when Brawl came out. And we had to unlock every character in stage again. So we did that, and Falco was like the one I wanted to unlock because I remember I played him. And then we actually like looked into competitive, and I realized that like Falco not only was like who I played already, but he looked like he played cool. I didn't like see a tier list or anything. I didn't know he was considered the second best. Mostly, I was just like, yeah, if he's like, if people are playing him and he's cool, I'm gonna keep playing him. So yeah, that's why I did that.
And here you are, 3
And
or
here
4
I am.
years later, still playing the
gl-
Beak.
Yeah, and I'm glad I did, to be honest, because I enjoy him.
He's
Although
the
there's
most fun
times-
character, man.
Oh, for sure. Even though there's times where I'm like, oh, man, I wish I played Marth so I could just up tilt, grab, up throw, down tilt at ledge, and that's a stock. But no, I'm glad I work as hard as I do for the combos I get. I love his playstyle.
So, you've been in the Melee community for a few years. What has been your biggest accomplishment within the Melee community?
Interesting one. Huh. I don't know.
Well, just like last couple weeks, you helped Nez host an online tournament that went pretty well.
Yeah,
there's like
that was
stuff like
pretty
that.
good. Yeah, I set up the Smash GG page pretty much. That's what I did for the tournament, and I also did a side stream, but it was like didn't turn out too great because of how far I am from him.
Right.
But other than that, it was that turned out pretty good. I don't know if I'd say that was my best accomplishment though.
You've been in
I
like
know
high-profile players or anything?
No, I mean I beat a couple mods on Anther's ladder when I first started. That was fun. That was a fun little challenge of mine. I've played Plup, but I got destroyed.
Yeah, I think naturally most everybody in the world would.
So I think my best accomplishment is gonna sound dumb, but like just beating one of my like local rivals, which was my friend too. I didn't even know he played.
Really?
And then I played him, and eventually I just beat him. And it got to the point where I beat him, and he like had to make up an excuse that like, oh, Falcon wasn't his main, Marth was. And then I beat Marth, and then he was like, Falco is my real main. So it was like one of those. And that made me pretty happy.
No Johns.
No Johns.
So are you still in the world of trying to like get really, really good at Melee, or is that like kind of cooled down now?
No, I love Melee, and I plan, I plan to play as best as I can as long as this game is being played competitively. I'm going
So
for
what
it.
is like your future plans for Melee?
Right now, I really just want to be, I want to get ranked, and one day I want to be top 100. At that point, I would be happy enough to be like, okay, I did well in this game. But even then, I'm probably just gonna be like, you know what? I'm not happy anymore. I want to be the best.
Right.
That's what's gonna happen. Or like, I want top 50, then I want top 10. I want to be the best. That's what's gonna happen. I can already tell.
If there's anything I know about you, you are a man of big goals, and you have a lot to look forward to in the future.
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about now, not just Melee, but your Twitch career. How did you get started doing that stuff?
I actually do not know, because I remember starting and whatnot. but
Right.
It was very strange because I downloaded Twitch to play CS:GO because I had like a little phase of playing CS:GO for like 2 months or whatever. I downloaded it to play CS:GO with my friends. That's what we used to use instead of Discord.
You used to use Twitch as like a voiceover? Wow.
Yeah. That was in like 2017. That was like right like summer of 2017 when I got my first computer. And I don't even know who I watched then. I guess I started watching Melee players. Oh, and Jeremiah Polanco. It was Polanco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what ended up convincing me. I always knew I wanted to be a YouTuber, but then the Twitch kind of came out of nowhere, and I liked it.
So when like what did you originally start streaming as? Like whenever you realized, hey, I want to do this as like a thing that I do regularly, even if it wasn't at that point like your full-time gig. You were saying to yourself, I want to keep doing this regularly and get better at it.
So that was probably, unfortunately, Fortnite starting season 2, I believe. So like when it was season 2 was its best season. Just saying. And I kind of liked it, but it was more that I had like multiple friends who were playing it, and it was very fun. And I started streaming that, I believe, or maybe it was Minecraft. And but either way, it was pretty much I'd play Minecraft, that, and Rivals of Aether.
Okay, and you were on your Xbox at this point, right?
Yeah, no camera, no overlay, horrible mic, nothing. It was just you were watching mediocre gameplay. That was it. Like it would be better off if you muted it because of how bad my mic was. But yeah, that was pretty much how I started.
Gotcha. So now you're moving into more of a full-time role as a content creator on YouTube, Twitch. I'm not sure if you're on any other platforms, honestly, like TikTok or like any other social media besides Twitter, of course.
Wattpad.
Oh yeah, right.
Stories, but that's it. And I haven't done anything with that in a couple months right now. I'm on like a nice, video game streak.
So what keeps you motivated to keep on going with everything that you do, because you do so much? What's like the driving force behind all that?
The fact that I just love everything. I just want to do everything. I want to be so good at everything, and it's fun to me. The challenge is what's fun. And I'll see someone play Melee, and I'll be like, oh wow, that looks fun. I want to be better than that person so I could have even more fun than them. And that's pretty much it. So
it's almost like a competitive spirit.
Oh yeah, very competitive. Probably started with my cousin and my sister and my best friend at the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So that's probably what motivates me the best.
So what's been some things you really liked about your Twitch and YouTube career, or what's been like the worst thing that's happened to you? I want both answers.
The best and the worst?
Yeah.
Best thing that's happened to me on Twitch was definitely when Jalbroni or Jalbert donated $250 just because I said I want to get a new mic, and it was like he literally just downloaded Twitch and made an account.
Oh my god.
He was a homie already. Like we've played Melee a couple times. He's dope. I've probably talked to him a total of 20 times maybe. And he made an account and just was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Oh, hi." And then I mentioned that I want a new mic, and it was over.
Here's $250.
Yeah.
Don't spend it all in one place.
The worst was definitely when you weren't. I don't think you were around. Yeah, you weren't around. It was right when Fish was coming around, actually. I was playing GTA 5, and someone tried to DDoS me. They tried to DDoS me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they shut my internet down. They just flooded my internet. My stream ended. But that was also like, it was a blessing and a curse, because I had like 15 views, which at the time was like way better than what I was doing ever. And then my girlfriend went over to Nez's stream and told them, and I was just getting more views, and then like Nez was like trying to ban the guy in the chat, and it was just, so it was a blessing and a curse, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That was probably like a week before I met you, to be honest.
Really? That's crazy. How did you and Nez like get together? Because you guys seem like you hang out quite a bit, or you at least know of each other quite well.
I don't even know the first time I talked to him. It was probably after a Westball stream. And all I know is that when I found him, I think he was at like 100 subs, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah, but he was one of the fastest growing streamers I've ever seen, to be honest.
Still is, really. He hasn't been streaming for very long, right?
I think like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, that's insane growth. Because he's over 2,000 subs now.
Yeah. It was, yeah, I'm gonna say it was probably after a Westfall stream, which I was also pretty close with at the time. And then I just started talking to him because I was like interested in the fact that he worked on these controllers, and I was like learning information about controllers, and at the time I was looking for a new controller anyways. And then I found out he was going to Pound, so I was like, yes, I'm 100% gonna go then, just so we can like hang out. At this point, I didn't even have an intention of getting one of his controllers, just because like I knew I didn't have the money really.
Right.
And like I was working at the time, but I barely had enough. Even if I wanted that, I wouldn't have like anything else. And then we hung out at Pound a little bit. That was cool. And then I was already home, and he stayed the night after Pound. He stayed an extra night. And on his way back, he was in the airport, and he was like, if anybody were to get me Bread 4s, which are Jordans, when they drop again, I will give you the greatest controller ever. And I was like, I literally said, bet? And he's like, Juicy, if you did that, I promise, best controller ever, like $400 value. And I was like, okay, bet. So I got the shoes for him, and I sent it to him in like, it took a while because they released in July, I believe. And that was in April. So I was really waiting on it. And yeah, I got him. And that's pretty much how we met. But we talk a lot. I got his number at Pound. Actually, my girlfriend got his number because I was playing a match. And yeah, we just talk sometimes. I help him set some stuff up, do some emotes.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Actually, we're working on something pretty big. We haven't talked about it in a little bit, but
is this information you can release on the Rack Smashcast, a direct exclusive?
I'm gonna say, let's just say packaging. That's all I can really say. Packaging.
That leaves a lot to the imagination, Juicy.
Well, he clearly does like something. He makes something.
Right.
His job. And then I also make something when I go to work, which I know you don't know much about.
Oh yeah. I see what you're getting at. I see what you're putting down.
Yeah. So that's all I'm gonna say right now.
So you're about to make the big bucks off of Ness.
Sure. Yeah.
That's funny, dude.
Yep. That's it.
So you're also not only a Twitch content creator, a YouTuber, but you also write. And I know you have big goals for that as well. I know you have 8 chapters of your novel. I know you have a couple short stories. I actually read one of your short stories the other day. It was pretty good.
Which one was it?
Oh, shit, I don't remember the name, dude.
Which one? I only have 2, I think. On there at least.
It was.
Was it about like the guy in the desert? Or
No. It was like a couple of kids, right?
Yeah.
It was like magical almost.
Oh, you probably looked at the lore, or no, the murder mystery maybe.
That might be what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the murder mystery was my worst piece of writing, to be honest. Absolutely my worst. I almost deleted it a couple times, but I'm gonna rewrite it for this Halloween. That's all.
Cool. So what's your plans for that? I know you want to one day, I've heard you say, make a cartoon based off of the novels you've written, right?
Yeah. So that was I don't even know when it was, but I went somewhere with one of my friends, with 2 of my friends actually, and we met up with one of my friend's friends, and he brought a friend, and something
this
happened.
is too many friends here.
something happened to that, that third guy that I didn't know. I didn't know him. I knew of my friend's friend, but I didn't know the other guy.
Right.
And something happened to him that, nothing like bad, but it seemed very bad in the moment, and it was worrying. I'm not gonna talk about that, but that basically like made me realize that I don't know, it made me think of something. It made me feel some type of way that I only felt through watching another show, a cartoon at the time, or still is a cartoon that I was watching at the time. And then I realized, like, I want to make a cartoon that makes me feel this way, but better. That was sick, by the way.
Thanks.
So I took a lot of inspiration from that show, which is Over the Garden Wall, a Cartoon Network mini-series. And I was like, yeah, I just want to make a cartoon. And then I was like, I can't make a cartoon. I don't have like anything to animate with. I don't have a team, so I need to just write it down. And that's what I did.
So the cartoon idea came first.
Yeah. So it's not a novel that I want to turn into a cartoon. It's a cartoon that I had to turn into a novel. Gotcha.
And is that Beyond the Darkest Gates, or is that another project?
Yeah, Beyond the Darkest Gates.
Gotcha. Interesting, dude. Let's see. How do you want to go about making that a cartoon? Are you gonna like get involved with Hulu or Netflix or something?
Actually, Hulu was my greatest goal for it. Like, I didn't want Netflix. I was like, yeah, I like Hulu, so I want it to be on Hulu. But I'm probably gonna have to, animate like a pilot for it, maybe a couple pilots or like shorts of it. I'm not sure like how much you've watched into like animation, but you can actually go on YouTube and find a pilot for a regular show, a Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's so funny, dude.
It's like, what is it called? It's like 2 a.m. in the p.m. or something like that, or 7 a.m. in the p.m.
Because it is regular show, but it's like the adult version, and it's so great.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And like, I didn't think that was it. And I was like, wait, what is going on? And so I'm gonna have to do something like that, to be honest, because that just started. That was a college project. So I'm gonna have to do something like that.
Got to get cracking, my man.
Yeah.
Are you finishing up any of the chapters of Beyond the Darkest Gate soon?
I am, yes. Okay. But I'm not gonna be releasing any for a while. I plan on like releasing multiple at once.
Gotcha.
I want it to be like really good. I'm gonna like freshen up what I already have a little bit, because I've like read back on some of my things, and I was never into writing in school. I just realized this when I was 18 years old, and I was like, yeah, you know what? I want to be a writer. This is it. And I had never done anything into it. I didn't care about English or anything like that, so I never paid attention. And all of a sudden, I was like, yeah, I just love this thing that I used to hate as a child. So like, I looked back on the things that I wrote in like chapters 1 through like 4, which were the first things I've ever written like that, and I was like, yeah, I need to rewrite some of this. I've learned so much since then. I need to rewrite it.
Well, if I can give you like a little bit of advice, you are your own worst critic, right? You've even told me that whenever I felt bad about my own content. So maybe giving it to someone else to really find out, hey, is this something I really need to change, or is it like pretty good, you think?
True. I actually have my friend Kevin, not the one that we play with, but Endo in my chat. He was like my editor from chapters like 2 or 3 up until the most recent one, 8. He didn't do 8. Okay. So he did from like 3 to 7, and he helped me out a lot for sure.
So you're gonna give it back to him?
Yeah, I'm gonna send it back to him after I make some like notes.
See what he has to say.
Could you die? Like, would you mind just?
I think I'm gonna live here. Oh, hell yeah. So anyway, Juicy.
Yeah.
Going back to your streaming career, right?
Oh my god. Yeah.
All right, I think we can take a moment to appreciate what just happened there. Going back to your Twitch career, what advice would you give to the Juicy of how long has it been? 2 years, 3 years that you've been streaming?
3. Let's just say 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, even though there was a large break in between.
What advice would you give yourself 3 years ago, 2 years ago?
This is gonna sound dumb, but let me explain. Stop streaming. If I would have stopped streaming during the first year or whatever that I streamed, I would have just went to work more often, made more money, saved up, and got a computer so I could play games I actually wanted, like Counter-Strike and Melee especially, because I couldn't stream Melee, so like I wasn't motivated to stream to the fullest because I was like, oh, I'd rather be playing Melee. But then, you know, while playing Melee, I was like, man, I wish I was streaming. So if I just took some more time, save up for a computer, definitely could have had what I wanted sooner.
Also, Owen, thank you for the host. Just to shout you out real quick.
12 views.
So I want to play like one more game. I want to finish this game, and then we're gonna go into the recurring segment, contextualize that clip on the Rex Smashcast. Okay, but let me preface this, right? I looked through every one of your clips, literally every one of them. I could only find one clip that I really wanted to use for this segment. However, don't be alarmed. We have stories that I've gotten from inside sources that we also need more context on.
Oh god. Okay.
So we're gonna finish up this game real quick, and then we're gonna do that. And I think it should be a great time.
Excited.
Real quick, I forgot. I have to make. What is that called? It's where you can like watch Twitch clips together. It's like watch YouTube together, but you can also use it for Twitch clips.
All right, I'm down.
Oh my.
Oh my. Big kick to the beak.
Let me just say, this entire time, I have not been able to dash forward. I don't know why. I think my stick might actually be broken. This controller is like 4 years old. Maybe even longer than that. Probably like 5 years old. And I don't know if I can dash forward anymore.
We brought it back though.
Okay. All right, so real quick, we're going to do that. I got to go set up the room. It'll take like 2 seconds.
All right, bet.
Real quick, chat, how is everyone doing tonight? Nitless chat, how are y'all doing tonight? Welcome to the Rack Smashcast. Also, Rob, thank you for reminding me of the name. Twitch, there we go. Oh, what's up, Schnaff? How's your Saturday been, dude? Rob, Vimix, Hat, I see y'all. Lauren. Okay. I have the clip.
Alright, where are you sending me a link?
1 second.
Alright, got you.
Sending it to you right now.
Damn it, how many people are watching? You gotta expose me.
Don't even worry about it, my guy. Don't even worry about it.
Alright, I think I'm in.
Okay, you're in?
Oh, wait.
Yeah. You're in.
Is there
But
an
I have
ad?
to. No. Oops.
Sure.
Yes. Let's drag that there. There actually might be an ad. I'm not entirely sure. Okay.
Bad streamer. Ads.
All right. Are you seeing this?
Yeah, I already know what this one is.
Oh yeah. Here we go. All right.
Good. Go for it.
See if I can get the volume up. Make sure everything's good to go.
You need the volume for this one. Oh my god. You're gonna like you're in a bathtub with Dominic doing squats.
How does it even sound like Dominic?
Do it again.
I can't, I'm laughing right now.
Just do it like really aggressive.
What? I need to know.
Okay, I
can see Dominic doing squat.
I could like give you the
I just need I need contextualization, Juicy.
Okay, I could give you one that like explains it enough, or I could give you one that's like not TOS. It's not like boring
Right.
TOS or anything, but it's something you don't want to hear. To be
Okay.
honest.
Corvus
So
is
which one
asking me to ask you about Turtles. Who is Turtles? Who is the man in this clip?
Okay, so Turtles, his real name, I'm just gonna expose him. Doesn't matter. His real name is Mario, and
Wow.
he was one of my close friends for a while.
Right.
And he was great to play video games with. I'm not gonna get too into that, but I mean maybe later. Who knows? But pretty much he liked to beatbox, so he would make a lot of noises in general. Like
Okay.
So he just did that noise one day, and it sounded like my friend Dominic, which is large. I'm gonna say he's a large fella,
Right.
and so I said it sounded like him in a bathtub, but that's not what I really meant. Because although it sounded like, yeah, he could have been in a bathtub doing squats, he would do, something.
That's what got me. About that clip, that's what got me, is doing squats in the bathroom.
The thing is that both Mario and I really knew what I meant by that.
Right.
Because this kid Dominic, let's just say he would clap without his hands.
Oh my god. he thick.
You thick thing. So that's really what I meant. So yeah, but I've showed that to Dominic even recently, which like, this guy Mario, Dominic and I we both have issues with Mario, so like we haven't talked to him in a while, and I went back and showed Dominic this clip like within the year.
Right.
And at this point he hates Mario, and he still thought this was just hilarious. He just Mario is so funny here because it really was funny.
That was pretty great.
I don't know who clipped that. Did I clip it?
I'm not entirely sure, honestly. I honestly didn't look. So, I think we can go back to Netplay while you tell me about these stories. Actually, I want to get chat's opinion. Should we be playing Netplay? Corvus especially, for no particular reason. Corvus, should we be playing Netplay during these stories, or does Juicy need his entire mental capacity?
I feel like I know what one of them is, and I'm excited to tell it.
Okay.
If it's true.
I hope you are ready, my guy. I'm gonna give you another code real quick.
He knows.
He knows.
Ooh,
I
an
posted
all
it.
numbers code.
Oh, that is really rare.
Very rare.
Actually, I want to play regular Netplay because I think UCF might be the problem. So I'm gonna give you another code. It's not an all numbers code. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
You didn't need to close it though.
Oh, that's right.
You could
That's
kept
right.
Numbers code for the luck.
Sorry about it. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get into the story. All I heard to ask you was, let me hear the story of the time you were bartending and you got all of your friends absolutely smashed.
Okay, that's a different story. I wasn't expecting that.
Now, just let me preface, there is another one after this.
Okay, all right, true. So, Jeremiah, can I ask how in depth are we going? Like, I know I gotta leave out certain parts, but like, am I starting from like where we are, why we were there, or like?
I need all of the juicy details. I mean that by your name and by how specific I need this story to be.
Don't expose me. Yeah, no, Jeremiah, you're safe. You're safe fully.
Oh no, Jeremiah's getting exposed.
No, I can't do that to him. So we were in upstate New York at my friend Dominic's house, his father's second house, and
oh my. They got that
I
money.
really don't know how in depth we're getting here. Like, am I telling the whole situation that we started with, just the drinking part?
I mean, it's really up to you, but as much as you are willing to let us know.
Okay, all right. So we get there, which it was like 2 hours away, and we only had one car and 8 people. So I was in Lauren's car with Jeremiah, his girlfriend, and one other person, I think. I think it was my friend Chino. And we get there, and then Lauren needs to go pick up the others at a train station nearby, which is like 20-30 minutes away. And we get there, and my friend Dominic, who, you know, his father owns the house, didn't come. He just gave me the key and the passcode. But I only ever knew that the passcode was at the front door. And he gave me the key to the basement door for some reason.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh my gosh, I know that this passcode is all the way up there, and I have, I think, 10 or 15 seconds to get there before the cops are called.
Oh.
And I realized that, like, I need to open this door, run like 10 feet, open another door, then run through the garage, which has 3 quads and a giant UTV that I need to climb over because it literally blocks the whole way. Go through another door, that was sick. Run upstairs, open a door, run through the kitchen, jump over a couch, or no, I didn't even know I was gonna jump over a couch. I just knew I had to run through the living room and then do the code.
So I'm gonna paint a picture. Juicy's running through this mansion, it sounds like.
No,
like
it's
a
really not
fucking
that big. It's really
gazelle.
not that big. Yep. So I unlocked this door, and I run.
Right.
And I actually, like, I think I stubbed my toe horribly. I like broke my nail on one of the quads.
Right.
But I kept climbing. I climbed over like a whole thing. Like,
You
it was
have
pretty
to.
much a go-kart. And I made it upstairs, and then I actually, at this point, I didn't know that the couch was moved to the center of the room, so I had to jump over it. And I put in the code, and it said, like, access granted or whatever. Like, it said I was good.
Right.
I was like, oh, thank God. And then all of a sudden just starts beeping insanely loud. And I was like, what the hell did I do? And then I get a phone call, and it's basically saying that, like, someone was like, oh, I need to make sure you know you're the right person. Can I have the password? And whatever. So I give them the passcode because I didn't know what pass worked. And that was wrong.
Right.
And so then they're like, so then they sent cops pretty much.
Oh,
And,
Lord.
and then Lauren is just some, you know, we got a lot of alcohol in the car, so we got it all out, put it somewhere in the house, hid it under a blanket, and we're talking a lot of alcohol, bro. We're talking a lot. And then Lauren just dipped. She went and she got the other people, and then like the cops came, and it was just Jeremiah, Chino, and I, and we pretty much talked to the cops. They understood. I was just like, yeah, this is my friend Dominic's house. I said his last name. I said the owner's the full name, and then gave him my ID. He was like, all right, it's all good. And then we got away with it. And we called Lauren back, which at this point already had everyone, and I think it was Jeremiah's idea, I want to say, but I'm not too sure.
Right.
We pretty much pranked everyone that they arrested Chino because he had a quote-unquote gun charge, which he didn't. But we were like, yeah, Chino apparently has a gun charge, so like he's getting arrested. And Jeremiah was like, yeah, they're talking to Ryan right now outside, and Ryan's like yelling and whatnot, and both of our girlfriends are freaking out. And then after a while, we're like, yeah, we're just joking. We're just joking. And they got so mad at us. After everyone came over, they all started like yelling at us. And then after everything, Jeremiah and Chino go, by the way, did you know that there was like a passcode lock like right next to the door you came through in the basement? I was
Right.
like, are you kidding? I had to run upstairs, but there was just like right there. And like, yeah, we thought you knew. No, why would I be running at 20 miles per hour if I knew that it was right there?
And so then you proceeded to play as a bartender, correct?
Yeah. So pretty much it went back to normal right after that, and then I was a bartender, and I pretty much like put on jazz and made it. I had like a little bar kit and whatnot, and I was just like, I had a list of drinks I knew how to make, and I was just making drinks for everyone. And I made him a little strong on purpose.
Right.
A
As you
little
do.
too strong. Yeah.
How
as
long
you
ago
do.
was this? I need some context. Was this like last winter or
summer.
something? Okay.
Last summer. One of my friends had knocked out in a chair that was broken outside next to a campfire.
Oh.
Like, the chair was completely destroyed, and he was just sleeping in it.
That's awesome.
And then there was some arguing going on. It was very hectic. There was pretty much a problem with everyone that night. I think everyone that night cried. Literally everyone. At one point or another. It was too intense. The first night was the worst, but after that, the whole event was nice. But yeah, we drank too much, pretty much. I don't know how deep we're getting into this. My first time ever getting drunk. True, that was Jeremiah's first time.
Okay, I need to preface something real quick.
Yeah.
My R shoulder button was making me roll. I was pressing R to L cancel and I was rolling.
Who uses R to L cancel?
Me.
Who uses tab jump?
Okay, I need to take a look at these settings real quick because that is not okay. But we can go ahead and get started with the next story. That story was awesome. I loved it, every minute of it.
Yeah, that was a great story.
All right, so I don't know anything other than, do you remember the time you got a call on your phone from Orlando, Florida,
Yes.
regarding J.K. Rowling wanting to publish your book?
Oh, I don't remember J.K. Rowling. Oh, no, I do. Okay, so this was... I knew Jeremiah for maybe... So I met Jeremiah in gym class, but we hadn't really talked, like, ever. He was just, like, a guy that was, like, walking around sometimes, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll talk to him every now and then. But we didn't really get to know each other.
Right.
And then, we actually met through one of my friends, and they were, like... It was after graduation. So I was, I just graduated high school. And my friends were like, hey, can we bring this Jeremiah guy over? And I'm like, oh, the one from gym? Sure. I wasn't going to say no because they were with him already.
Right.
And then I realized that, like, this kid's really cool. He was fun. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I had him there. We got to talking a little bit. And then I think, like, I don't know if it was that night or, like, a week later, I had hung out with all those same friends again. But he had to go to Florida.
Yeah.
And to be with his dad for like a month or something like that. So I get a call one day after, I don't know, I'm like 4 chapters into my story, and it was from Orlando, Florida. And it was at first it was just some dude I'd never heard before talking. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm interested in, publishing your book. I've worked with J.K. Rowling. I don't think it was that J.K. Rowling specifically was trying to publish it. He was like, yeah, I helped her publish it. And I was like, oh, wow, this is awesome. And he basically... Then the dude, which was Jeremiah's friend or brother, I forget, he started laughing. So he, like, muted himself and gave the phone to Jeremiah. And Jeremiah just, like... He didn't really change his voice. He just put on, like, a commentator voice kind of thing.
Right.
And at first, I literally, like, squinted my eyes. I remember squinting my eyes, and I was like, Florida. Yeah, oh, I know this kid likes to do pranks. He had just called someone else, like, yesterday. Nah, we're good. Like, so many red lights, and I was just, nah, we're good, because I was so excited. And I didn't want to mess up an opportunity.
Right.
So I kept talking, and he pretty much just went on saying how, like, oh, well, how many chapters would you need? I would want this many chapters if you were doing this, and we just kept going on. And then he asked for my phone number and my email, and I was like giving him all this information.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where he was like, yeah, so I need, like, your social security. And I was like, okay.
Right.
I'll be right back. And at this point, so, like, I was 18, but I'm not gonna be honest, I didn't really know what this social security did. I didn't even know my own.
Right.
I've only ever used it one other time, and I had to ask my mom for it, and then I didn't have it again. And I go to my mom, and I'm like, yeah, I'm talking to this guy, but he says he needs my social security, and she's like, he shouldn't for anything. And I was like, okay. I was confused. But I was gone for like 10, 15 minutes at this point, and the call had already been like almost an hour of him like trying to explain what he does. He made up this like good ass name for the company and whatnot. So I was like, I thought it was legit. But then by the time I get back and I wasn't going to give him my social security, he was already gone, I think, or like he was like, yeah, I think he was gone. And then, or they said they'll call me back.
Right.
And then I told my friends. I went in a group chat with all my friends in a call on Instagram. He's like, guys, you'll never guess what happened. This just happened. And they all knew about it. So they all start laughing. And I instantly go, someone pranked me, didn't they? And they started cracking up and left. And then Jeremiah joined and he was like, hey, bud.
Oh,
I'm like, where are you right now? Actually, no, wait. When they first called and I was like 10 minutes in, I texted him asking what part of Florida he was in, and he said another town.
So he straight up lied.
So he straight up lied.
What a guy, dude.
What a guy. What a best friend to have. Just a liar.
Hey,
No,
it was all for the
it was
prank,
great.
right? It was just a prank.
No, it was great. Afterwards, I was like, damn, it really sucks that, that wasn't true, but it was a good prank. Like, I gave it to him. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. Best prank call on you ever? Yeah, for sure.
You've had an interesting couple years, bro. That's for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Alright. So I think after this game, we're gonna do Q&A.
Oh, awesome.
So anybody in the chat, get your questions, get your Juicy Plays TM emotes ready, and or the Raxanuk TM emotes. Let them fly in the chat. By the way, I still cannot dash forward for some reason.
Your what? Which way? Left?
Yeah, or like it's going right. I'm smashing it as hard as I can right now, and 80% of the time it's not going forward. But backdash is working fine. I just did it twice in a row.
Maybe get good?
Yeah, pretty much. Any type of question, anything you can think of.
Any type of question, but do I need to answer any type of question?
Yes, that's what this whole thing's
Truthfully.
about.
No, because she's gonna ask some like crazy stuff that like isn't related to me at all. And like, do I have to answer truthfully? Or like, what if it's like a TOS?
Okay, TOS, no, we're not.
Yeah, yeah.
We're not doing that. Okay. GG's, boy. My R button is still making me roll, but hey, we worked through it. We worked all the way through all of our questions, and now we're nearing the end. So anybody in the chat, feel free to ask a question. I want to hear about it.
Let's see it. And no, I'm not licking any salt lamps anytime soon. If that's any question.
Not licking any type of salt lamps.
Because I know that's all I asked Schnapp last week. I literally just kept asking him to lick a salt lamp in a different way each time.
I can hear the keyboards clicking, clacking right now.
Can you know?
That's what's happening.
Yeah?
While we're getting some questions, we can do any announcements you have. Anything big coming up, Juicy?
No, not really.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
I mean, lots of Valorant streams. Probably some Valorant YouTube videos. Some highlights
Ooh.
videos, of course. I'm probably gonna drop
right.
my weekly highlight tomorrow. I'm gonna say.
Dude.
Or Monday. Who knows?
All right. So, side note before we get into the questions, my YouTube video that I was gonna release like today, I was gonna do it before this podcast started.
Mm-hmm.
All of the video media is gone. All of it.
How?
Okay, so it's definitely my fault, but I'm still salty about it. I forgot to offload it onto the SD card, like from the SD card to my computer, and I formatted the SD card. So yeah, all of that footage is gone.
Do you know what we call that, Rax? Do you know?
I'm gonna guess, and it starts with an I and ends with a dot.
I dot. You are an I dot.
I'll accept it. All right, so we got some questions in. Who is your favorite streamer besides yours truly, Raxanook?
Who is your favorite streamer besides Rax? I don't know what would have made you think I would have said Rax to begin with.
Respect the question, Juicy.
My favorite streamer to watch, it was Westballs for a while. Then it was Nez for a while. I don't really watch as many Twitch streamers right now, but I guess I'm just gonna say Mango. I mean, you can't not enjoy a Mango stream.
It is very entertaining.
Good, amazing melee content, funny, entertaining, lasts forever. He literally streams like 10 hours a day.
Right.
How can you not love that? He plays Valorant, CSGO, Melee, P+ now.
I was in his Valorant stream earlier, like right before I started. He was doing terribly. He was like 0-9.
Really?
Yeah.
Because every time I watch him, he's literally going like 25 and 6. And I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, he's nuts.
All right, so it's Mango. I mean, wait a minute. First, it's me, then Mango, and then nobody. Correct?
Hold on. Above you is Fish, of course.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously.
Obviously, Fish, and then you, then Mango.
Hey,
And
Juicy.
then, Corvus on top of that once he starts.
I've never seen a Corvus stream in my life. I need it.
Soon.
Right.
That's
Is that what we're talking about later?
That is.
Hell yeah, dude. So, Hatter says, hey, Juicy, how does it feel to not play your main with Owen? Of course, he's referencing Sage and Valorant.
Yes, it feels horrible, to be honest. Because I really don't mind, I enjoy the game no matter what, and especially since it's not competitive right now, I don't really care as long as I'm having fun.
Right.
So I don't mind if someone's like, hey, can I get Sage? I'll be like, yeah. Like at the beginning of most matches, I'll pick Sage, but I won't lock in, and I'll be like, hey, does anyone want to play Sage? And if no one says anything, I go Sage. If not, I'll play Raze or even Phoenix or Brimstone sometimes. But with him, he plays her every single round.
I haven't seen him play anybody else.
Yeah, I made him play. I think I made him play Brimstone one round, and that one round I went 30 and something. And it was just I play better when I play Sage. I like her. I like her abilities. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I really don't mind Raze either. She's a lot of fun.
I've been playing Raze because if Jet gets locked, that's kind of who I default to now. Yeah. And she's been a lot of fun. I like her. Kind of like a lot different to get used to than Jet, but got to learn something new. Can't be a one trick, right?
I feel like it's really important that everyone plays her and realizes what her kit is like, because there's lots of people complaining about her right now, and I'm not gonna say yeah, for sure she's not broken, because she is. She's an easier character to pick up. You play her and she feels more like a character you would find in Call of Duty or something like that, because they have grenades and a rocket launcher, so it feels more aggressive. But that's her role. And there could obviously be some buffs, but people complaining about her grenades, you can go back and watch my streams. I think I've died to maybe 2 Raze grenades ever, and I've probably been hit with at least 50. I'm gonna say, just walk away. It's not that big a deal.
Just hold S, bro.
If you hear her pull out her rocket launcher, which she literally screams loud enough for the whole map to hear, just don't turn a corner or walk away. It's not that difficult. Obviously, if it's coming straight at you, you can go back again, watch my stream. I've been shot with maybe 10, and I think 4 of them I've shot the rocket as it was coming towards me, and then it blows up. It doesn't hit me. So,
I learned about you could do that yesterday. I learned you could shoot the rocket literally yesterday.
I don't know. That's just so huge that I feel like people still think she's too broken, and she's really not that broken, considering like Sage has definitely the best ult in the game. For sure.
Hey, Kiddo Gaming TV, what's up, man? If you have a question for Mr. Juicy, shoot an answer out. You may not have been around for the earlier part of the podcast, but any question will do. We're just doing a basic Q&A. Lauren asks, what cartoon do you love to watch?
I love all cartoons, to be honest. Especially if they've got a story. I mean, like, you can't say like SpongeBob's bad, but you know, there's not much of a story to it.
Right.
I forget what that's called, but like when there's, you know, every episode's like a new day, kind of thing. Those are interesting, but never enough for me to like continuously watch the same episodes over and over. But like I mean, I was a huge fan of Rick and Morty when it came out. I mean, I still am. I'll watch all the new episodes. Gravity Falls is great. Adventure Time is great.
Is Gravity Falls a cartoon?
Gravity Falls, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that. I thought it was like a live action thing. I
No,
gotta check it
Gravity
out.
Falls is great. Check it
Okay.
out. Hunter x Hunter. That's an anime, but yeah, that's amazing. I know
Yeah,
you're
cartoon's
watching that
anime.
right now.
You guys are watching that right now?
He is.
Oh, okay.
I watched it a few years back.
Gotcha,
but
gotcha,
I loved
gotcha.
it. Avatar, like I love some older ones too. Like Courage the Cowardly Dog is one of my favorite ones of all time.
That's a great one.
Samurai Jack too. But I'm gonna say right now, and since you know I rewatched it when I was 17, 18 or whatever, my favorite cartoon is Over the Garden Wall. That changed my life, to be honest.
The first time you said that, the only thing I could think of was Over the Hedge.
No. It's,
I've never seen Over the Garden Wall before.
It's a 10-episode Halloween miniseries by Cartoon Network, and you can literally watch the entire show on Netflix, and it's 2 hours. The entire show.
Wow.
So it's like watching a movie, and it's great. Most amazing artwork I've ever seen. Like the backgrounds are all hand painted. Remember that. Whenever you watch it, guys, it's literally all hand painted, and the main voice of the main character Wirt is Elijah Woods.
Oh, okay.
It's just a great cartoon, and there's so many Easter eggs, like hundreds.
Awesome. Let's see. Got another question.
Tom and Jerry is mine. Yeah.
Tom and Jerry is a great cartoon.
That is great. Oh, by the way, Kiddo Gaming TV is Kevin. Who changed his name.
Yeah, I saw that in the chat. I was waiting to point it out. What's up, Kevin? Ask Juicy a question, Mr.
Okay,
Kevin.
maybe Juicy and I can be friends. Why is that?
Oh, because
he
you said
Hunter x Hunter is my favorite. Yeah, no, that was probably like my 4th anime I watched.
What's your favorite anime of all time? That's my question.
That's so difficult.
How many series have you seen, like total?
Can't count. I mean, not
Okay.
as many as like some other people.
Right.
But,
But like more than 10.
Definitely.
Okay.
So like the first one I ever watched was Naruto, and I was 14. So this was like 6 years ago, and at this point I don't know why I picked up anime. I was just like, yeah, I want to watch something new, and I know people love these, and I looked at like the main ones: Dragon Ball, Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto. Those were like the 4 that I thought of were the biggest at the time. Those were the ones I heard of the most, and out of all of them, like just by looking at their art style, I was just like, yeah, I like Naruto the best. The art style appeals to me the most, so that's the one I watched. Loved it. Watched Bleach. God, I'm not gonna lie, didn't like it. Hunter x Hunter is great. Parasite is a really good one. Noragami is probably what I'm gonna say is my favorite though. Like Naruto or Noragami.
I've never seen Noragami.
Noragami is a smaller one, 2 season, like 18 episodes in total, I think.
Okay.
It's great though. Art style is beautiful. Yep.
Cool. So Kevin's trying to think of a character. Not a character. I was reading chat. Trying to think of a question. So we'll wait a couple of minutes for him.
I got him a book that explains the show and shows the whole cartoon. Yeah, she got me, I think it's for our 2-year anniversary. She got me, it's called, I see it right there. It's Over the Garden Wall, and it's just an art book.
Oh, okay.
Like it shows all art, and that's kind of like why I created a lore book for my novel, because I was like, yeah, that's a really good idea.
Juicy, who is your favorite Hunter x Hunter character?
I mean, you gotta go with Kahlua. How could it not be?
Kahlua. I've never seen the show, so I have no
I don't
idea
even
what
know
you guys
if
are talking about.
I'm pronouncing that right. I don't even. Is it Kahlua? Kahlua? I wanna say
Kahlua.
Kahlua.
Killua.
Is it Yua? Killua? No, it's definitely
Killua?
Kahlua. I said it right.
What if it's Killua?
Killua. Killua? Is it Yua?
Killua?
Kahlua. Kahlua. Yeah, so I said it right the first time. Kahlua. I'ma kill you.
I'm a Killua.
Yeah, that was a great anime. I watched the original, and then I watched like half of the 2014 one,
Mm-hmm.
which was like, I think they're like 20 years apart. They just like redid the art, and I liked the art was much better. Obviously, I suggest watching the 2014 one, but I didn't. I thought it was like a different one, because Fairy Tail was another anime that I loved at the time, and I know that they had Fairy Tail, and then they had like, I don't remember the year exactly, but let's just use 2014 for example. It was like Fairy Tail 2014,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a continuation, not like a remake. So
Okay.
I thought that Hunter x Hunter 2014 was a continuation. Fairy Tail is another great one though, and one that I recommend a lot is Hajime no Ippo. It's a boxing anime, which I did not like any sports anime until I watched this one, because my friend and I wanted to do boxing. So he's like, yo, watch this. And I watched it 3 times, I think. The whole show. And it's got like 150 episodes.
Wow. Dedicated fan.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is a really good anime. Their noses are so ugly though. It's so hard to get used to. Their noses are so long for some reason. And pointy.
Tell him to watch Haikyuu.
I don't watch anime anymore, to be honest. It's not that I don't like it, it's just that I don't really have time.
I
The
feel
only time
that.
I watch anything is with Lauren.
Yeah, pretty much me too. I've only ever been watching. We've been watching like the Great British Baking Show.
If I wasn't with Lauren and I would probably make free time to watch something, but like I enjoy what we watch anyways. So I'm not gonna make more time to watch stuff. He wants me to watch one. I don't. You never said you don't though. You said okay. All right, but apparently she doesn't want to watch an anime.
Well, Kevin is taking a far longer time than I expected him to. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it, because my wife is actually asking me to come do something. So, Juicy, I just want to thank you so much for being on the podcast, man. I'm gonna take a short break to go figure out whatever Maddie wants me to do or whatever, and then we'll hop on some Valorant. How about that?
Bet. I'm gonna start the stream back up and jump right into it. But thank you for having me, man.
Okay,
it was really
man.
fun.
No problem, dude. Have a good stream. I'll be over there in like 10 minutes or so. What's up,
Alright.
Eric? Real quick, everyone, go follow Juicy Plays, Juicy_Plays on Twitch if you aren't already. Go check his stream out. He's great. One of my good friends streaming. Also follow me, obviously, if you enjoyed the podcast today. These episodes will be uploaded onto YouTube. If I get like another 3 consecutive guests, I'm going to ask Nez after I finish the podcast with Rob, and see if he'd want to do it, because I asked him probably right before I started the one with Schnaf, like a week before, and he said do a few of them first, let me check them out, and I'll make my decision after that. So
Bet.
hopefully,
and I could hit him up too. Probably.
exactly. I'm probably gonna link him the one with you, the one we're doing right now, because name recognition. He understands who you are.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll work out. Hopefully we can get the big boys in here, and it'll just go up from there.
Hopefully you'll be able to net play him though.
True. That's the one thing I've been worried about, is like that West Coast net play is not great. But hey, it's not about the net play on the Rack Smashcast. It is about the conversations, the friendships, the chat, the questions.
Yep.
It's all about that. No one really cares about the melee.
All right, man.
All right, man.
Peace
Well,
out.
I will see you in about 10 minutes. All right.
Got you.
All right.